Get ready to laugh your ass off. Beat Break Radio. Got your dial on lock. With Sean Garvey. The next move in radio. The Beat Break Radio Show.
Oh, Beat Break Radio FM. Fuck mainstream. This is Atlanta's Underground. Woo. Atlanta's
Twinkle,
Underground
twinkle.
hip hop and R&B station is going down. Twinkle Twinkle by Jay Kila. We got him in the building.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Jay Kila in the studio.
Thank you for having me. Very happy to be here.
Like when I first heard your name, Jay Kila, I was thinking about all the other artists with the name Jay, in their names, like the Jay-Z's and the Jay Dillers and the Jay Electronicas, and I'm like, what is going on with all these dudes with the name Jay? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I found out that most of the artists that I just named are straight lyrical. You know, I mean, even Jay Dilla, who was known as a producer throughout most of his career, he was also a dope MC as well. And of course, Jay Electronica, oh my God. You know, and Jay-Z, of course, you know, he does his thing. So when you spit, when you rhyme to other people, to your fans or whatever, like what is the reaction that you would get from people when they hear you rhyme?
Well, it's funny you say that. Most people are like, whoa, like, because, you know, I don't really look like a rapper or a rhymer, but I'm from New York, and so, like, the lyrical style is, like, that's what I grew up on, you know, like Wu-Tang Clan. I mean,
Wow.
Eminem is my favorite rapper, but I used to love Jay-Z back in the day. Back in the
day, I got you.
But it's funny, I didn't think about that connection between the Jay and the lyricism, but my real name is Jay. My last name's Kila Chan, because I'm half Indian, so Kila was like a nickname that kids called me in high school with one L.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah. Upper East Side of New York, where you were originally from.
Yeah.
And, you know, growing up there, you at first thought about going into finance and law.
Yeah.
And then after that, when you went to college, you was doing videos. You was directing and shooting videos with your homie, and you decided to switch gears and go into the rap thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you wasn't doing the rap thing, would you go back into consideration or go back to doing finance, or go back to thinking about doing finance if you wasn't doing this whole rap thing?
I don't know if I would go into finance. I think I maybe would go back into film or acting or Hollywood, because, you know, I also love movies. See, the reason that I wanted to do finance growing up is because in New York you see that everybody's doing finance, and it's the way that everybody's making money. And, you know, like, the finance people kind of run the city, or when you go out you see them spending, like, buying bottles at the club or stuff like that. And I didn't really think about that type of stuff when I was growing up, like why I wanted to do something. I just saw other people doing it, and I thought that I wanted to make a lot of money. And in college, I sort of had time to take a step back and think about what I actually wanted to do, and, like, if that would be happy, or if I would rather do something that I enjoyed doing and, like, you know, making a living out of that. That was sort of why I switched gears. And then hip hop, I had just grown up on it all my life, and, like, I got a MacBook in college, and I never really thought I could actually make songs until that happened. And, like, the connection between, like, you know, recording a song and, like, being able to make it whenever I want, and, like, have beats on my computer. Basically, the technology made me start to believe that I could do it. And so I would just record songs for fun, and then one thing led to another, and after college, I decided that I wanted to pursue it seriously as a career.
Okay. So, where do you perform here in the ATL area?
Yeah, I've just started, actually. So I have a show on Thursday at the Green Room.
The Green Room.
Yeah. The reason that I'm down here is that I made this mixtape, Upper East Beast, which was my second mixtape. And after making that, I got introduced to Daddy-O from Stetsasonic.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yes.
I was gonna ask you about that because Daddy-O from the legendary hip hop group Stetsasonic, we actually interviewed him before on Beat Break Radio about.
He was gonna come down today, but I think he was busy or he had something to do.
Yeah. Like, how did you ended up linking with Daddy-O?
Okay, it's funny.
So because that's a very major look right there.
Yeah, it was. No, it was. I don't know. It's like, I guess, the universe coming together. But what happened was I made this mixtape, Upper's Beast, and one of my dad's friends, who does business, and he was working with a startup company that could make like voice clips. So they were contacting all these celebrities to endorse them, and Daddy-O was one of them. And when Daddy-O came in, this guy was a big fan of his, so he showed him my CD. And Daddy-O does this artist development clinic, so he told him that he would be interested in working with me and doing artist development. So that was last year. That was in February. So we started. I met Daddy-O. We sat down. We had a talk, and like we started working out. Like he would take me into rehearsal, and we just started practicing songs. And he helped me develop my live show, because his whole philosophy is that today rappers and even other musicians don't really care about the live show. You know, everybody's in the studio at home recording songs and then putting them out on the internet so they can spread and then they can blow up. But what's ironic is that, you know, tours and shows are the way everyone makes money. So, but if no one's really trying to perform well, you know, fans only go to the show to hear the one song they like, basically.
Right.
So his whole philosophy was to make the show as good as the records. So
Like how they used to do back in the day.
yeah.
Wow.
Right, yeah.
Wow. Speaking of back of the day, I'm feeling the style that you got going on right now because it kind of reminds me of a retro Beastie Boy type of thing that you got going on.
Yeah.
And so, like, what was the first album, the first hip hop album that you got back in the day that you still have to this very day?
Okay. The first album that I went out to the store and bought was Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise.
Whoa!
I know that just because that song, I guess I must have been in like 4th or 5th grade then, and that song, I loved that song when it came out. I don't know why. Like that song, I would do like karaoke at kids' bar mitzvahs and stuff like that. And but you know, I grew up more in like the punk type scene, like with like Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park. You know, I still listen to rap. I didn't get deep into rap until high school. But like my favorite rapper of all time was Eminem, and like I grew up on Slim Shady LP and Marshall Mathers, and like I just followed his whole career growing up. So,
Right, I can see that. Yeah.
But yeah, Gangsta's Paradise, Coolio.
Wow.
I can't sing, but I got the harmony in my head.
But you know, so you do look like the dude though in the video. You know?
Damn.
I can see that.
Oh, you did.
I'm
got
just
the harmony
saying.
in my head, and you gonna say all that.
I'm
Okay.
just saying though. I'm just saying. Jay Killer in the building, man. So let's talk about the mixtapes for just a few moments, man. You dropped the internship, and then Upper East Beast after that, and so now we got 50 Shades of Jay right here. 50 Shades of Jay. Of course, everybody knows the book 50 Shades of Grey, but you decided to call the album 50 Shades of Jay. Was that your idea, or was that somebody else's idea too?
It was my idea. It was my idea. Well, it's funny. I saw the album, so I made this over the summer. I was down here in Atlanta over the summer, still working with Daddy-O, and we decided we wanted to make a mixtape. And the concept was to take all these pop and indie songs that were popular, but then to rap over them, so to make rap covers of them. Because for the show, he thought that it would be a good idea to have songs people knew, like the beats, but then with me rapping, it would make it more interesting. So the title, I didn't actually have a title for it until it was done. And I met this girl who is my girlfriend now. We were talking, like we went out and something, and somehow I ended up saying like, oh, you should write a book about me and call it 50 Shades of Jay, because the book was popular and like everyone was reading it. So then I took that, and I was like, shit, that's a great title for something. I got to make that. And so I just called this that, because it's a lot about like my life and stuff. And this is probably the most personal album that I've ever made so far. So I thought it would fit well.
Wow, interesting, man, interesting. And from my understanding, you also got something going on the internet as well. You founded Gift Rap, not Gift Rap with a W, but Gift Rap.
Rap,
yeah. Tell us about that.
So giftrapped.com. Shout out to Thunder Dan. So that was a company I started. See, So after I graduated school, I went to Stanford. And so at Stanford, there are all these entrepreneurs because you're in Silicon Valley and everyone's trying to go into technology. So everyone wants to become like Mark Zuckerberg or like the people who made Google.
Yeah.
And so I thought that I was interested in technology too because I had just grown up on computers and stuff. And after I graduated, there was this company that was making personalized songs that I went to work for because it sort of combined my interests in rap and hip hop. But they fell apart, and I met my friend Dan, who's also a rapper, and when I moved back home, he was like, "Yo, let's restart this. It's a great idea." And at the same time that happened, my aunt contacted me. She was like, "I want you to make a song for my husband's birthday." So I was like, "Okay." And but then she's like, "I want to put pictures on it." So it ended up being a slideshow. So Gift Wrapped, Dan came up with the name. Is like we make these personalized songs for birthdays or special occasions, and then we put pictures of the person and make a video. So all the lyrics are handwritten, like you say, like DJ Rollin likes apples, and like we'll put that in the rap, and then put a picture of him and stuff like that.
Wow.
So that cool. Started about 2 years ago. We're making an iPhone app. We got featured on the Today Show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's big when you got featured on the Today Show.
Yeah, man.
It was. And it allowed me to sort of like, because when I moved back, it was like I wanted to get better at rapping. That's what the whole thing for my first 2 albums was just to get good, to be able to be good. Because I wanted their people to respect that I could like flow and spit. So Gift Wrapped allowed me to write songs, and there'd be a lot of different words that people don't normally use, because it'd be like he likes skiing in like Lake Tahoe or something like that. It's like words that you don't hear on the radio pretty much. I mean, maybe you do now, but like, so it let me sort of develop my writing skills.
And pronunciation skills. Huh?
Absolutely.
For real. I ain't gonna get into all that. It's just that when you're saying it and putting words together, at least we can understand it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, Lil Wayne. Yeah.
That's very true.
I was thinking of Future. That's what I was thinking.
You was thinking of who?
Future.
Oh, Future.
That's what I was thinking about.
Free bread. Kid spit a 16 for us,
sure,
man.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let the viewers, the listeners know why Jay Killer is Jay Killer.
Okay.
I don't beatbox, so you gotta go.
Okay. Growing acapella. Acapella.
Yeah.
Your favorite rappers probably never heard of me. A light-skinned absurdity, currently murdering verbally. A nerdy G, only concerned about the currency, worry-free searching girlies who flirty, talking real dirty to me. Ha! Let the hilarity ensue. A very hairy Hindu that buries beats out the womb, preparing MCs for doom. Scary nightmarish tunes, profuse my sewage fumes, leave them crying in their rooms. Yeah, yo, just a rapping paradox. Captain of laughing stock, bout as sick as chicken pox. Karate chopping the blocks. I caught bagels and locks. These poppy seeds gawking at me, trying to feed all their flocks, but. Doc, I'm not stopping until treetops. Mount Everest buying yachts, the freshest shit out the box. Forget it, kid, I'm a lot. Jocks, I'll suck cocks. Biting my steeds, they copy me like a machine Xerox. Yo.
Wow!
Hey,
Exclusively on voicecast.com, GSTV, and GSTVonline.org. It's going down. Jay Killer, man, in the building, dude. Man, you know what? We're going to go into your song.
Okay.
We're going to go into your song, Twinkle Twinkle. But then after that, I want to go into a freestyle battle against you.
Oh, shit. All right.
I want to do that.
Okay.
Because I've been so inspired by watching 106 in Park Freestyle Fridays. And see, we already got people blowing up. We already got people calling in on, hey, it's going down, man. It's going down. So I'm ready. DJ Rollin, you ready, man?
Man, I'm always ready, man. I wish I just had some turntables so I could just do the old school.
I know, man. Like how we did in the basement. You know what I'm saying?